doing? Well, they say one of the risks is actually phone snatchers. But first, I will schedule first dates. But I'm taking a little bit of a risk right now to show you guys here at Ayala Center, Cebu. When it rains in the Philippines, all the taxis are gone.
Morning, everybody. Welcome to Cebu City. It's 6:20 in the morning. Today I'm going to take you through a day in the life of a foreigner in Cebu City, Philippines. One of my favorite cities in the world, and I've been to Cebu. It's probably my 7th trip. But yeah, I think we got some fun things planned today, so stay tuned. Okay, I'm a little bit more awake now, but there's a couple things I like to do in my morning routine that are just part of my lifestyle. And one is I always try to make my bed first thing I do when I wake up. And I also try to get a little bit of sunshine. I know there's a little bit of glare there, but the sun's out today, which is kind of cool. Sometimes it can rain a lot in the Philippines, but also for me, life doesn't really start until coffee is had. So I'm gonna make the bed and then I'm gonna make coffee. Okay, this apartment actually doesn't have a coffee maker. So what I do is I get my pan, it's the best I got, and I have a water dispenser here. And I will get some water. Whoops, wrong pan. I will get some water from this thing and I will boil it and put it in the French press that they provided. This water comes out kind of hot. There's a hot setting, but it's not quite hot enough. So I will get it up to boiling in my pan. What's that famous neuroscientist on Joe Rogan? I forget his name. I don't see him around that much anymore. Huberman, that's right. He says don't have coffee until at least 90 minutes after waking up. But I haven't been able to get to there yet. As you can see, my IQ is already lower because I haven't had my coffee yet. And as soon as I have my coffee, my IQ raises about 20 points. All right, well, that's working, that French press. I'll give you a quick little apartment tour. And obviously this is the kitchen, small kitchen, but you know, I've got 2 burners there. I really like the fridge. Nice fridge. One thing in the Philippines, there's a store that has my sparkling water. I'm a big sparkling water guy, and I'm a big hot sauce guy. There's a store called Landers where I can get a lot of cool things. All right, so here is a bathroom. Got a shower with hot water up there. Got a little table here. I didn't really stress too much cleaning up last night. Having a desk is really important because I spend a lot of time at this desk working. And wherever I'm at, even Airbnbs around the world, I try to get a place with a nice seating arrangement. And there's some dew on the outside, but you can see there's a nice swimming pool down here at Eastgate. There's Landers. It's kind of like a Costco version of the Philippines where you can get a lot of American products and stuff. And nice view out there. Oh yeah. And I've got a couch here. It's really nice. Whoa. I don't know why there's a towel right next to my laptop, but I promise you that's not what it looks like. Also, one of the important things that I do, I kind of live by this, is I use these electrolyte packets. And what's cool is they taste so good. It's almost a little bit sour. These Element electrolyte packets. It also has potassium and magnesium and sodium in it. And when I'm traveling the world, especially when I'm in like hot, humid environments that are near equators, basically like the Philippines, Thailand, you sweat a lot, you know, and I'm kind of prone to end up cramping and things like that. So these right here really help a lot. I'll put a link to some in the description. You can buy them on Amazon. And I put that in my water. And actually, I really look forward to it because it tastes really good. It comes out to a nice color like that. It's freaking delicious. And since part of my routine is always to work out, I try to work out almost every morning. And this complex does have a gym. I will drink my coffee. I will write down my goals, both long-term and then daily goals, what I'm going to accomplish today. My notebook, this is what I live by. You know, I've recently started this new notebook, but I will sit here and work for a while, and then when I finish my coffee, I'll go down to the gym and work out. And then so I will get online and I will start checking some news, and I'll try to get into work as soon as I can. So this place does actually have a pretty nice gym, but I like to do my workouts outside. There's a nice little grassy area, fake grass, where I can do some body weight exercises, but it's 8:20 in the morning, and I actually really like to get my workout done in the morning, otherwise it won't get done. So if I try to postpone it until the afternoon, I just won't get around to doing it. So try to knock out the high priority stuff in the morning, and the benefits I get from working out really outweigh the effort that I put in. So pretty cool shot there. All right, let's get started. Yeah, one of the things I like to do here is jump in the pool in the morning. And you think as hot as the Philippines is, that the water would be pretty warm, but it feels very refreshing. Workout was 28 minutes and 34 seconds, which is good for me. You know, I'm not really in a phase where I'm trying to, you know, take my fitness extremely serious. I'm not doing that right now. I'm more in kind of just a maintenance phase. It's good because it releases endorphins, and literally the rest of my day goes much better after I get a nice sweat in, especially out here in the sun. Yeah, it's beautiful, but I'm running kind of low on time, and I've got so many things going on, and just not able to put in like those hour and a half workouts like I used to. So the plan for me today is, by the way, the Philippines is kind of like a mall culture. It's like one of the main things that people do in their day-to-day lives is to go down to the mall, shopping mall. Why? Well, most people don't have air conditioning here. The malls have air conditioning. It's a nice place to cool down and in the hot day, but it's also, you know, filled with tons of restaurants and food courts and coffee shops. And so you'll find and meet a lot of people at the malls, including, you know, if you're looking to find a date in the Philippines,
It's a good place to find a date. And today, actually, I'm gonna meet up with some expats at a restaurant near Fuente Circle. And I'll probably go to the mall for a little bit. There's a lot to choose from. Ayala, I like Robinson's Galleria. SMC side is way across town, so that's kind of like a luxury treat to get out there. But first, I will, after I'm done with the pool, I'm gonna go back upstairs and continue working on the laptop. That's another thing, just like working out, is got to get it done in the morning or else it won't get done. And that's one thing that I think a lot of people, even my close friends and family, assume that being out overseas is just all luxury and, you know, just hanging around like retirement. But actually, the majority of my time is spent inside the room at a desk at the laptop working, because it takes a lot to be an influencer, and you know, the video editing, and you're building products and creating thumbnails and whatnot. So I wouldn't trade it for anything, but it's, you know, I spend a lot of time grinding. I'm a grinder, man. All right, guys, having a pretty good day so far. Just showered, shaved, and feeling good. And it's about 9:13 a.m. and I'm gonna go ahead and work for a couple hours before I go and meet my friends, try to knock out as much as I can. So
Well, fortunately in Cebu, taxis are plentiful, and I recommend getting a white taxi like I did here. Only thing is, make sure to request that they use the meter. Normally they will. 96% of the time there's no problems, but every now and then you run into a guy who's trying to negotiate with you. But no, just request they use the meter. The only challenges with taxis is when it rains. Basically, none of the Filipinos take motorbike taxis anymore. They all want to get inside the car, so you'll run out of taxis when it rains.
The downside is kind of one of the more seedy locations in the Cebu, meaning there's some homeless and some begging around here. It's a little bit sketchier, obviously, at night, but at this moment, it's about 11:30 and looks good. See? That right there is Fuente Circle. You kind of see the circle there. And where I'm hanging out with my friends is right over there. And you know, I found the Philippines to be a pretty safe place, but they say one of the risks is actually phone snatchers. If you're not paying attention, someone could snatch your phone, and they might be on a motorbike or something like that, and boom, they're off with it. But I'm taking a little bit of a risk right now to show you guys, but
They don't give us keys now. They shouldn't be suggesting how much money or what percentage we give to them. That's up for us. Or it's up to us. But normally they give you a general sense of what's going on. So, New York. Yeah.
Okay guys, I finished up my expat meeting and I got some KFC here.
So down this street is the famous Mango Square, which is a notorious red light district that was really a pre-COVID thing, and after COVID mostly shut down compared to its reputation from before. If you want the full Filipino experience, I suggest trying a motorbike taxi. And they're very favorable for a few reasons. That they're very cheap compared to a white taxi, usually about maybe $1, 50 pesos. They're also very convenient and they're fast. So when there's a lot of traffic around Cebu, these guys can really navigate their way through the cars. And fortunately, they don't usually get up to super high speeds. But still, I'm typically not a fan of taking motorbike taxis because you are taking a risk. Obviously, you get injured pretty badly if one of these guys were to wreck. But I do have a recommendation. If you're going to take one, download the Anchus app. Those drivers, it's kind of like Uber, but for motorbike taxis, they have a rating. So they typically drive a little bit safer, in my opinion, compared to the guys that you will meet freelancing on the street with their motorbike taxis. And the extra benefit of using Anchus is similar to Uber. It will define the rate for you so you don't have to negotiate. Because if you're a foreigner in Cebu and trying to negotiate with motorbike taxis, you're going to lose the end of that negotiation and will be subject to foreigner taxing, which basically means you're going to pay a higher price.
Hi everybody, I'm here at Ayala Center, Cebu, and one of the things I like to do during the day in the Philippines, especially Cebu, is come down and visit the shopping malls. Why? Well, because a lot of people hang out at the malls throughout the day. It's kind of a mall culture, I'll call it. A lot of people just come in the mall and hang out. There's all these coffee shops in Cebu City. This is Ayala Bose Coffee, very popular, and then right behind me I've got Figaro. And then you can see people are sitting around on lunch breaks. And what I like about Ayala, it's kind of the center, most important mall probably in Cebu City. And it's really a great place to schedule first dates if you meet, nice Filipino.
So one of my favorite things to do at Ayala is to get a massage from the blind folks. And this place kind of bounces around different locations over the years, but as of 2026, it's down in the basement. Little Mr. Quickie sign there.
Mr. Quickie. It's not what it sounds like.
Here's an example of how much it costs to do laundry. That's 80 pesos each for washing and drying. Not bad at all. And then just around the corner is the blind golden touch massage. It's not a special massage. It is a little bit painful, but they do a pretty good job there for a reasonable price.
And one of the things that will happen here in the Philippines is it will rain, sometimes rather unexpectedly and quickly, like it happened. I just walked over here and went inside the mall for 10 minutes and boom, it's raining. Oh. One thing that sucks about when it rains here is all the taxis get taken. Everybody wants to be inside a taxi, right? So nobody wants to ride the motorcycle taxis. And this section of the mall is called the Terraces, and I'm on the ground level. One thing that's cool is kind of a 360 going around of restaurants, and there's 2 or 3 stories. You can see all those are restaurants back there. And I've had several first dates in this area. It can be pretty nice, especially once the sun goes down. Doing? Okay guys, I'm back in the apartment and I just took a nice little nap here. Got some energy. It's about 5 o'clock, 4:56, and still got daylight here. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get back to work. As I said, it's not ideal to be working at 5 p.m., but that's kind of the what you take on when you decide to become self-employed is you gotta work, you gotta get it done, and it would have been nice to get it all done earlier, but now I've got to get started now. And as you can see, it turns dark very quickly here. It's 6:02 p.m. and it's already nearly fully dark. When it rains in the Philippines, all the taxis are gone. Because everybody wants to ride a motorbike. So you gotta walk home in the rain. Just normal everyday life. Back in the elevator, but I got my Burger King. And yeah, in case you're wondering, they do have fast food here in the Philippines. It tastes just like home. It's funny. The exact same cheeseburger that you would get in South Carolina or California. Exact same you can get out in the Philippines. Home sweet home. Made it.